Hey, so I'm going to give you some really easy, quick tips for relaxing and getting more control over your mind, getting more control over your emotions, getting more control over yourself, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my phone. So you might want to do that too. I am going to just silence it. And that was easy. So the next thing, after you've done that you can do to help you relax is just to find a comfortable place to sit. So I'm sitting on the ground here, but what I recommend for you to do is to sit someplace where you're comfortable, where you can really relax. Not laying down, because we want to stay awake, we want to stay alert. But for this exercise, sit down but prop yourself up. So here I'm not propped up, but I want to have you propped up, either sitting in a chair or leaning against a wall if you're sitting on the ground. But we want to be propped up so that we can be balanced. Because when we're balanced, then all our muscles can relax. They're not pulling us up, trying to keep us upright. They can relax. They don't have to communicate. This side of my body doesn't have to communicate with the other side saying, lean over this way, lean over that way to keep me from falling over and falling on the ground. So the same for you. Just have a posture where you are balanced and propped up, so that your muscles can relax. They don't have to communicate with each other. Because when our muscles are communicating with each other, they're communicating via nerves. That's how the information gets passed on around in our body, the information and the energy. If I think of lifting up my arm or my hand, I think of lifting it up, and the thought sends information and energy to these muscles to lift it up. So when I don't have to do that, then I don't have to think about it. I'm not using my nerves to send signals back and forth. Or even if I'm not thinking about it, my body, sometimes we have tension because we're not thinking about it, but subconsciously our body wants to keep us upright. So our body will be subconsciously using those nerves to communicate back and forth. So by letting the muscles relax, we're letting our nerves relax, right? We're not sending information or energy back and forth. When our nerves relax, this big nerve between our ears can relax too, right? So just by feeling balanced, you can start to feel yourself relax. And then also, a lot of this is fake it till you make it. So we want our body to know that we're relaxed, so we take a relaxed posture. When I'm sitting down, I'm telling my body I'm not expecting to be running around anywhere, right? So the next thing we're going to do is close our eyes. Just by closing our eyes, we cut out up to 90% of our to-do list. So go ahead and close your eyes and notice what that feels like, having your eyes closed. Notice how already you have more energy inside you, but a relaxed kind of energy, an energy that can just circulate within your body. Your energy doesn't have to be directed outwards towards anything. And then you might also just notice what it feels like starting to relax. The next thing I want you to do is notice what your breath is like. And just noticing is a great exercise. It helps us relax, refocus, refresh, and think clearly. So as we're breathing, and as you're sitting here, a fun exercise is, and I want you to see what it's like for you, is while you breathe in, roll your eyeballs up, like you're looking up through the top of your head, and then as you exhale, let your eyeballs relax. So as you inhale, roll your eyeballs up, and as you exhale, let them relax. As you inhale again, roll them up. And as you exhale, let them relax. Now what that does is that lets your brain become more relaxed. Something about rolling your eyeballs like that triggers the nerves from your eyeballs to your brain to tell your brain to go into a more alpha brain state. So just feel what that feels like. Notice if your brain feels any different after you do that. And it's kind of like weightlifting, isn't it? You're rolling your eyeballs up, lifting your weights, letting them relax. And unlike doing weightlifting, with your arms, I don't know how many muscles you do it with your arms, but with your eyes, when you do this, you're actually weightlifting, or you're exercising. I think it's like 28 muscles. I can't remember exactly, but I think it's like 14 muscles for each eye, if you count the muscles on the eyeball and the muscles on the eyelids. So that also sends a signal to the brain saying, hey, we're tired, we've done a little exercise. So the next thing I want you to do, with each exhalation, extend your exhalation. Let your exhalation be long. So as you breathe in, count to, say, 4. And then as you exhale, count to 5. And then as you inhale, count to 5. And as you exhale, count to 6. As you inhale, count to 6. And as you exhale, count to 7. And extending your exhalation helps you relax, lowers your heart rate. Now what I want you to do, the next exhalations, I want you to squeeze out every last drop of air through your mouth, like you're blowing out through a straw. So you breathe in and then exhale. And then do it again. And as you do it, and you squeeze out every last drop, notice how wonderful the breath coming in feels. And notice how, we'll do it one more time. Notice how the in-breath comes in all the way deep down in your belly. That's called diaphragmatic breathing. And feel what that feels like, breathing diaphragmatically. Feel what that feels like, breathing all the way down in your belly, using that muscle, your diaphragmatic muscle, or your diaphragm. As you inhale, your lungs fill up with air, and your diaphragm goes down. And then as you exhale, it relaxes. So feel what that feels like, that energy center deep in your belly. That's your second brain. And that's a very powerful place to think from. We'll get more into that in another video. But for now, you've learned some great tips for relaxing. And you can do all this all at the same time. You can do it on your own and put them all together. Let's do it right now. So it doesn't even take a long time. You can do it before a test. You can do it anytime during the day. Just take a moment to sit down and feel balanced and stable, relax. All your muscles can relax. Or if you can't sit down, if you're standing up, just take a moment to do this feeling balanced. Close your eyes, and then as you inhale, roll your eyeballs up and count to 4. As you exhale, let your eyeballs go down, count to 5. As you inhale, count to 5. As you exhale, count to 6. So we're just extending our exhalation. And then for a couple of breaths, after you inhale, squeeze out every last drop of air. And feel what that nice belly breath feels like, breathing all the way deep in your belly. And you can skip that step of blowing out every last breath of air once you remember what that feeling feels like. Just let yourself do that on your own. Remembering what that belly breath feels like. Breathing diaphragmatically, feeling your energy center down in your belly. And karate or kung fu, they call it the hara or the tandian, but in ancient Chinese and martial arts, they know that this is the energy center. And now in Western science, they're making all kinds of discoveries about this area neurologically and why it's the second brain. So just breathing down there. And feeling how good that feels. Feeling how relaxed you feel. Let yourself even think from this brain, from your belly brain, just for a couple of moments. And trust yourself. Go on and do whatever it is you have to do for the rest of the day. But practice that technique, okay? Have a great day.